welcome back. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my page. Welcome back to my platform. Wherever you're watching me, welcome back. We're glad to have you. Alrighty, you guys, we're jumping in. The 40 Days of Love series. We are on day 10. Let's see, I've got some extra days going on. Okay. All right. We are prepping day 11, but we're going to recap day 10. If you're on Instagram, will you let me know if you can hear me? My Instagramians, will y'all let me know if you can hear me, please? I had to mute my sound, but I don't know if I muted you. So if you're on Instagram, can you hear me? Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. All right. So we're jumping in, right? This is the 40 Days of Love series. Now, you guys, we talked about this before, and I know I'm just adding in. Thank you so much. I'm just adding in TikTok. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about adding you guys in the first place, but hey, we're here now, right? So we're talking about marriage. Marriage is a priority in my life, although I'm not married yet. The Lord is unless he tarries, right? There's still hope for Shakima. So one of the things that God has gifted me to do is to speak into the area of marriage. He's given me the gift of speaking into women. So I am to help women become better women, better wives, and better mothers. That's my entire purpose on this earth. I take it extremely seriously, and most of my content in these shared spaces are to promote marriage. I am here for your marriage. Well, Shakima, you're not married, not yet. Okay, not yet. But the Lord has a plan for me. It's the best plan he could have ever came up with, and I'm excited to hear all about it once he lets me know what it is. Okay. But until then, I take my life and I pour it into your marriages. I pour it into those of you that I feel like will glean. I mean, I put it out there for whomever. You can pick and pull whatever is important to you. You have to determine two things. Is your marriage important? And are you willing to invest into it? Because where you put no investment, you can have no expectation of a return. If I don't put anything in, I'm not going to get anything out. It's up to you. It's up to us to determine how much we want out of it. Now, that's on your part. Remember, marriage is made up of two people. So if your spouse doesn't want it, you're only responsible for you. You're only responsible for what you do, for what you put in. You're responsible for how you respond to your spouse. And so it's one of those things where if you were married to yourself, you'd be perfectly fine because you'd answer all the right things and the way you want it and all of that. You'd have your way all the time, but you're not. You've chosen in a marriage situation to marry somebody else, and that person has their preferences and their wants and all of those types of things. And you try to mesh the two together. And, it's one of those things, well, we're either going to have to bend for each other or we're not. And my marriage will survive or it won't, right? I'm going to either lean in or I'm leaning out. Those are the only two choices. I'm leaning into you, they're leaning into me, or we're leaning out from each other. And we know what happens when you do that. Eventually you lean so far away that coming together is not important. So I do the 40 Days of Love Challenge. I think I've done this. This is my third or fourth year doing it, and I'm excited to do it. It's based off the book called The Love Dare from the Kendrick brothers in the movie they did, Fireproof, in 2008. And so it's an older movie, but that's okay. The concepts are still the same. We read the Bible and it's 2,000 plus years old, right? So the concepts are still the same. It's not irrelevant. It's not outdated. Marriage is what it is. The Lord has a plan for those of us who are married, who desire marriage, who have been married, who are divorced like me, but still desire remarriage. The Lord is in it, right? We just have to give it over to God. We have to do our due diligence, and then we have to see what God's going to do. All right. We're going into day 11, but I do want to recap day 10. So every day, again, for you new people, every day there is a specific reading that you have to do. And then there is a topic that we're going to be discussing, and there's a dare at the end of that reading. So you do your reading in the morning, you get your dare, and then all day long you try to find places or times where you can actually do the dare towards your spouse. They don't have to know, they can know, but it's probably better if they don't know, especially if you're going through a rough patch. Marriages have rough patches. Nobody in their right mind would think that your marriage is beautiful all the time. Now it can be, but there are times when people have rough patches. I have a rough day, you have a rough week, we have a rough pay period, whatever the case is. And so we have to learn how to adjust and adapt to each other. And sometimes we have it so rough that we just can't bounce back, right? So we fill in, we grab our resources, we grab all the things that we can to help our marriage. Of course, that nothing is greater than prayer. Nothing is greater than speaking the word over your marriage. But there are marriage resources and tools that can help, right? Okay, very good. All right. Day 10 was love is unconditional. And the dare said, do something out of the ordinary today for your spouse. Something that proves to you and to them that your love is based on your choice and nothing else. So something that maybe some of us don't even believe, we don't believe it anymore. So do something that's going to prove it to you and to them that my love is based on my choice. Remember, love can be a feeling, but at its very core, love is a choice. I'm choosing you, right? I chose you today. I'm choosing you tomorrow. I'm choosing you in 20 years from now. No matter what we go through, no matter what it looks like, my choice is you. And so whatever happens, I'm in it to win it. Whatever happens, it's you and me. We're in it together. Then he gave some suggestions. Wash your car, clean the kitchen, buy his favorite dessert, fold the laundry. Demonstrate love to them for the sheer joy of being their partner in marriage. I said you could hit their Cash App for lunch. You could do an Uber Eat or a Grubhub or something of that nature, whatever they like. Do something for them that they like. If there's a specific article of clothing that they have been really trying to get or really saving for it, and you have it in your budget to do in your spending money, get it for them, for nothing other than to say, I was thinking about you, I care for you, I want you to know how much, and with no expectation that they will redo the same thing for you, because this is not necessarily what they're going to do in response to what I do. This is my investment. This is my investment into you and into our marriage. Right? This is me trying to rekindle this spark. If they respond, great. If they want to do something for you, perfect. But there is no expectation that they will, because the moment you have an expectation and it's not met, you're going to have hurt feelings, right? So we don't need to have any expectations, because I don't want my feelings to be hurt. I was doing something today and I knew better, right, than to investigate further. I didn't need to investigate because I'd already told myself I don't want to know the answer to this. And what did I do? I investigated further. And it was like, you already knew. Why did you do it? And there was because my expectation was that the person would do something very different than what they did. Now, I don't know all the ins and outs, and maybe that conversation will come up, but I knew, don't invest here. Just leave it alone, because those feelings are very real. And now my feelings are hurt really for no reason, because I don't have a reason that they should be hurt. There's no expectations here, right? Okay. So we're doing these dares towards our spouse with little to no expectation that they're going to reciprocate, that they're even going to appreciate what you're doing. So don't even think that, like, oh, they're going to appreciate my efforts. They may not. See, we don't know. I don't know on this side of the computer, and you don't, on that side, you can't tell me the state of your marriage. Some of your marriages are in disrepair. Some of your marriages are, hanging on by a thread. And some of your marriages are just over. That's just the truth of life. But you can either try to repair. Some things are irreparable. You can't fix them. But if your marriage is one of those that can be repaired, you can work on that repair. or you can say, hey, I've just done all that I can't, I can't do anymore here. I've given it my due diligence and all the things. I saw something, I think this was earlier today on TikTok, where this lady was saying her and her husband are on a purposeful separation. I'm like, what is that? See, we make up all kinds of stuff. A purposeful separation. And I get it. She's like, yeah, we're trying to make sure that we're rebuilding our marriage. Now, first of all, the Bible says don't give the devil no place. I'm not about to be separated from my spouse if I don't have to be. Right? We're going to work this thing out with us both in the house. Now, I get it. Everybody have their own situations and circumstances, and everybody want to do it their way. You can do it your way, but this is not Burger King. This is your marriage. So, hey, ma'am, good to see you. So with you stepping out purposefully on your separation, what does that mean? What does that look like? I don't even know what it means to be purposefully separated. Now, here in North Carolina, before you can apply for a divorce, you have to be separated for a year, right? But that year is for you to reconcile. It is never for you to get a divorce. That entire year, they won't even listen to your case until you have been separated for a year. And they want you to be working on your marriage the whole time during that year. So, yeah, we might be separated, but the goal here is to get back together. So again, I don't know where your marriage is. I just know that the Lord has put burden in my heart with marriage. And so I want to be diligent. I want to be obedient to what God wants me to do. And I do my due diligence. I pray that the Lord blesses you, keeps you, and your marriage survives. It may or may not, just depends on how much I'm putting in. Because, I can only put in a certain amount of gas. And if I don't put any more gas in my car, it's not going to run any further. It's going to stop when it runs out. But that's why you keep filling up the tank, right? Yes, I'm going to keep filling up this tank because I don't ever want it to run out. I never want the love that I have for you to run out, ever. So I'm going to keep filling up my tank. I'm going to keep filling up your tank. I'm going to keep pouring in. I'm going to keep giving to you. Well, what are they doing for you, Shakima? They may not be doing anything, but I love my spouse. I've chosen to love my spouse to the point that I am going to invest every single bit of what I am and what I have into them. Which brings us to tonight. Day 11 is Love Cherishes. This is an affirmation day. Your source verses for Love Cherishes are Ephesians 5:28 and 29, Ephesians 4:29, Philippians 4:8, Romans 12:10, and 2 Thessalonians 1:4. There was another scripture, 1 Thessalonians 2:7 as well. So those are the source verses. Write those down. If you have the book, I'm on page 51. You can go back and look. And if you don't have the book, just go to all right. There we go. So if you don't have the book, you can go to your search engine and type in the Love Dare PDF, and you should get the whole book. Somebody copied it. It wasn't me, but there it is. So did I put that on? I think I did. Okay, I'm trying to remove the background noise. There we go. Sorry, y'all. I was trying to make sure I have all my settings right in all the places. Okay, cherish, right? I wrote this down as a definition: to protect and care for someone lovingly. That's what cherish means. So love protects and cares for someone lovingly. Similar to cherish, you would have someone who adores you, someone who loves you, they revere you, they esteem you, they admire you, and they appreciate you, right? All of those words mean to cherish. He says in this particular section too, it also means to make warm, right? I have warm and fuzzy feelings about my specific spouse. I feel something in my heart when I think of this. When I think of my spouse, I say their name, I look at their picture, I see their face pop up on my phone. I feel something, right? There's an inward warmth that comes when I see that person, or at least that's how it should be. So he starts off Ephesians 5:28. Husbands ought to love their own wives as their own bodies. Now, here's what I think that's very interesting about that particular verse, right? Husbands ought to love their own wives as their own body. And I think in 29 says, how many of us would do harm to our bodies, right? So if we wouldn't do harm to our bodies, why are we doing harm to our spouses, right? We shouldn't be doing harm to our spouses at all. We should be treating them the same way we treat us. If you go to the gym and you're putting all the healthy things in your body, you don't eat sugar, you don't eat processed this, you don't eat red 30 dyed yellow, whatever the case, no GMOs, you are all organic. If you do that for you, then why not do that for your spouse? You can't be organic over here and give your wife processed. You can't be organic over here, holistic over here, and give your husband dye 30 red, blue, green, all the things, right? How do we justify? I'm gonna protect me. I'm going to care for me. I'm going to lovingly do this for myself, but I'm not going to do it for my spouse. Here's the fallacy in all of that, right? And even in marriage, when you got married, there was one man, one female, one male, female. We got married. The Bible says, and the two shall become one. So you go from being two separate individuals to now you are one person. You breathe the same, you think the same, you move the same. It's even proven in intimacy. In intimacy, when the spouses usually face to face, their heartbeats begin to sync up together with each other. Their heartbeats sync. If you put a baby on a mother's chest or a father's chest, that baby begins to sync with that parent. They rise and fall on the parent, right? That's the two becoming one flesh. And we want that part of it. A lot of us want the intimacy part, but we don't want the other stuff. And unfortunately for us, you got to have the other stuff in order to get to the intimacy. Because women, we're not the ones who just kind of readily give ourselves to anybody. I got to feel an emotion behind you. There has to be something that I am invested in here before I start to be in the intimate spaces with you. But some people just want that. And you're not going to get all that you need from your individual spouse with just that part. Because again, we talked about it. What if that part doesn't exist? What if something happens? What if there's an injury? What if there's an illness? What if there's a prolonged situation and something does not continue in that vein? So what else do I have? So I'm going to protect, I'm going to adore, I'm going to love and revere my spouse just like I would do myself. Because if I'm doing it towards them, they are a representation of me. Is that not? That's true, right? Okay. He starts off talking about, he gives you two scenarios. He says in scenario one, you have this, a man's older car begins to have serious trouble. We all know, honey, most of us are driving around a used car that is new to us, but it wasn't new when we got it off the lot, right? But it was new to me. And so I went ahead and paid cash, all the things. But as I drive this car for years and years and years, it begins to act up. It begins to act funny. It begins to make noises. It begins to just do things it should not be doing. And I have to think, okay, am I going to put more money into this car, or am I going to just get a new? What's the best scenario? What's the best situation? Is it worth getting it fixed for $1,000? Or is, even if I do the $1,000 repair, it's still $10,000 more worth of repair that it needs. So I get to make that best judgment call and of whether I want to invest more into this than it's worth. Right? I'm going to invest more than it's worth. That's what you call being upside down on your payments. When they say you're upside down on your payment, it's you're investing more than what it's worth. You didn't know that going in. Somebody tricked you and fooled you into thinking you were getting the best deal, but no. They're getting more out of you than what it's really worth. In the second scenario, she says you have a engineer who needs his hands to be able to perform his job duties. Well, he's in a very bad car wreck, accident, whatever. His hand gets crushed. Does he amputate the hand, or does he go to the best surgeons and have them to reconstruct the hand, to do all the things? No matter how many surgeries it's going to take, he's going to do all the things because I need this hand. In order to do my job, I cannot have one hand. A surgeon can't operate with one hand. We ain't seen it yet. I need both hands. So in the situations with the older car, he says the person just kind of gets rid of it. Hey, I don't even want to deal with this anymore. I'm just going to go get me a new car, right? We trading the old model for a new model. And what you end up with is more problems. Because this new model is all computerized. And as soon as the computer go out, nothing works. At least in the old car, you could jimmy rig that sucker up and keep on going for a few more days. But no. These new models, these new ones, child, let me tell you what it is. Honey, when that computer chip run out, it all stops. Nothing keeps going. But in the second scenario, the person chooses to repair, to care for, to take as much time, as much money, as much effort as it's going to take for you to repair my hand. That's what I'm going to do, because this is essential to my work, right? He says the problem within our culture is that marriage is more often treated like the first scenario. It's a discardable possession. Most of us in this culture, this day and age, 2025, 6, 24, I don't know when it started, y'all, but it's in these new people times, we can just get rid of a spouse. I mean, you can go online any day and see this person married this person, but now they're getting a divorce. They was married for 8 months, but now they getting a divorce. These people was married for 3 weeks, they get a divorce. They just got married in Vegas, they getting a divorce. Because you can get a new one. Why not just get a new one? It doesn't matter that you have history with the old one. It doesn't matter that y'all have children. It doesn't matter that y'all been through 14 illnesses. It doesn't matter that y'all been through bankruptcy and rebuilding again. It doesn't matter that this woman was with you through all your thicks and thins. It doesn't matter that she was with you when you didn't have nothing. It doesn't matter. Just get your new one. And we discard the old because we see no value there, right? There is no value. Why would I even want to be with you? What do you bring to the table? If anybody asks me what I bring to the table, I'm telling you right now, about take this pen right in your forehead. Don't ask me crazy stuff. Don't do that, because I bring so much to the table. The table can't even hold what I bring, and I want to give it to you. But if you're going to easily discard me, why would I even give it to you, right? That's the question that you have to answer. He says, when your relationship experiences difficulty, you are urged to dump your spouse for the newer model, right? Yes, I want the 2026 Toyota Camry, but that 2013 that's in my driveway is paid for. We know each other. I fit in that seat. We are together real bad. That 2026, that's going to cost me a lot more than what I'm willing to pay. Think about it. When you get that new, I told my ex-husband when we were married, I said, it's cheaper to keep me. It's cheaper to keep Shakini. Because here's the thing. You divorced me, you got alimony. I was generous. I didn't ask for any alimony. You got child support. We have 4 kids together. We got child support. And then you got to go and take care of a new household. It's just cheaper to stay. It's just cheaper to work it out. I don't know how y'all feel, but when you look at the financial responsibilities of people these days, and how much it costs for households, and you got to pay for mine and yours because you left me doing your craziness. Okay. I mean, have at it, sir. Do what you want to do. I'm not going to fight with you over the money you about to give me. My ex-mother-in-law, actually, I think she's been divorced from her husband 50 years. 50 plus years. 53 years exactly, something like that. And do you know that man is still paying her alimony? He's still paying her alimony 50 years later. They've been divorced. He done been doing something else. Got more children and all this other stuff. And he's still paying. Wondering if we had stuck in. I'm not saying every marriage can be repaired. There are some things, like I said, that are irreparable. But did we even give it a try? Did we even sit down, come to the table? Did we even talk about it? Did we hash out our differences? Did I bring my stuff? You brought your stuff, and we left with what we both could agree on? Did we do any of that pre-work before you even got married? So a lot of us, we just get married. Again, it's better to marry than to burn. But what work did I do up front? What work did I do ahead of time before we even got married? What was happening in the dating stage? Were we so blinded by how good they looked? Were we so blinded with how much money they made or how much money they spent? Because listen, everybody, that's smoke and mirrors, honey. You better see people in all types of seasons, all types of problems. I need to see you when you have a loss in the family. I need to see you when you ain't doing right on your job. I need to see you when your money dipping. I need to see you in all the different types of situations, because that can give you information about whether you want to get into this with this person. But again, some of us are very, what I want to say, what's the right word? We're impatient, right? I know it's been 16 and a half years. I am like, Lord, where is my man? Please, Jesus, is he? I mean, somewhere, anywhere. Whew, it's been a minute. And I'm like, but I haven't at this point yet found the person, right, that I'm willing to invest it all in. Right? Some of us are day traders, honey. We out here trading quick. I'm a mutual fund. I'm not trading nothing quick. I like to let my stuff ride. That's me. I'm not a day trader. I'm a mutual fund. I'm gonna be solid across the board. That's me. Okay, moving on. Um, he said, but those who have this view do not understand the significant bond between the husband and the wife. Moving on. The truth is, marriage is more like the second scenario. You are part of one another. You would never cut off your hand if it was injured, but would pay whatever you could afford for the best medical treatment possible. That's because your hand is priceless to you. It's a part of who you are, and so is your mate. Marriage is a beautiful mystery created by God, joining two lives together as one. This not only happens physically, but spiritually and emotionally. You start off sharing the same house, the same bed, the same last name. You identify with one another. But in the midst of all of that, something happens. Something breaks through a pain, a illness, infidelity, something causes hurts, wounds, and you're no longer thinking of yourself together. Now you're separated, right? There's some type of an issue, some tragedy. Most you see a lot of divorced couples when they have a tragedy specifically surrounding one of their children. If something happens tragically with their children, instead of people coming together in that, it usually separates, right? So there's that. You have a lot of money issues. Money usually separates. You have a lot of physical issues, right? We can't figure out that physical thing, so that separates us. And so you have to think about it. He says, this, however, does not change the fact that your spouse is still a part of you. Ephesians 5, 28, 29. Husbands ought to love their own wives as their own body. He who loves his own wife loves himself, for no one ever hated his own flesh, but nourished and cherished it. So if I love me, or my husband loves him, he should love me the same way that he loves himself, right? Doesn't the Bible also tell us to esteem our neighbor higher than ourselves, but we never see our husband as our neighbor? Remember, I told you my husband said, you're my wife, you're not my friend. I was like, ooh, my bad. Sorry. Don't let me think I'm up here and I'm not. You're not my wife. I mean, you're my wife, you ain't my friend. Okay, my bad. Right? Because I'm not going to hurt me. So if I'm not going to hurt me, why would I hurt you? And we don't think of it like that sometimes. We're very selfish in our dealings with our spouse. I want to go here. I want you to do this. I want you to pay for this. I want it to be like this. I want to have my way and do it this way. And I said, and yes, it is. And the other person never gets anything, nothing. Happy wife, happy life. How? Why? The husband not supposed to be happy either? So they say happy house, happy spouse. Right. Very good. Equally. There's not one who loves more or one who loves less. Sometimes we are giving more and somebody's giving less depending on the day. I get it, right? But I'm not going to love my spouse any less because I'm representing them. They're representing me. If I go out and say my husband's name is Bob Jones, okay, I am Mrs. Bob Jones. And everywhere I go, I represent Bob Jones. This ring says I represent Bob Jones. My name on that paper says I represent Bob Jones. The pictures in my phone, and he says I represent him. So shouldn't I be having a good representation? Or is he going to be showing up? Think about this. We're going on the red carpet. He's showing up in a Dolce & Gabbana tuxedo. And I'm just rolling up like I came from Walmart. Really? How you gonna roll up on a red carpet looking GQ and your wife looking like she just came from Walmart? Now I'm not knocking Walmart, but it's not red carpet. If he's looking good, she's looking good. If she looking good, he looking good because I'm looking out. That's my representation. That's the mirror image of who I am. All right, I'm gonna move on. He says the word cherish means to make warm. Imagine a new baby who feels alone, cold, hungry, and afraid, longing to be held. Then the new mother lovingly picks up the baby, nurses, caresses, and holds that infant child. That's First Thessalonians 2:7. Her careful attention and tender affection warms her baby both physically and emotionally. This is the biblical picture of how the husband and wife ought to cherish one another. If my husband has a need, right? This baby has a need. This baby needs to be fed. This baby needs to be changed. This baby needs to be nurtured, hugged. If my husband has a need, because I cherish them, because I have a warm feeling for them, because I love and adore them, then I should, at the very, very least, reach over to them and try to fill that need. That's what I'm here for. That's what the husband is here for. And that's why we study our spouses so that we can know when the needs arise. Make sense? I hope it does. But a lot of us, again, in that selfish stage, not selfless stage, but the selfish stage, I just want to do what I want to do. Well, you can't do what you want to do anymore. You're not single. You married, right? Remember, we got a lot of married people trying to act single. You ain't single. Single people can do lots of different stuff that you cannot do. The Bible says don't want to be married, right? Because married people have to worry about married people stuff. Single people don't. You don't have to worry about any of that. I can go when I feel like it, do what I want to. I ain't got to call nobody, ask nobody. I can spend what I want when I want to spend it. Stay out as long as I want to stay out. Come in when I feel like it. I ain't got to ask. I ain't got to call nothing. Why? Because I'm single. If I had a husband, then I would have to check with my spouse and I'd have to make sure that I was in the right places. Because why is it? I heard this husband one time. Okay, so I'm not going to say any names, but this is a really big woman's preacher. She's a big woman's preacher. Okay, she recently got married to this gentleman. I guess they've been married for a while, but no, we didn't know for a long time. She got married to this guy. And he said that he had been going to a different place before, like a club or somewhere. He was going out somewhere, out, wherever out is. But he said when he got with her, he realized, hey, I can't go over here no more because I'm married to her. And I represent her now. She represents me. I can't go to the same places I was going before because that's not a good look for her. I was like, oh, okay. All right. It's not a good look for her. So do we think about our spouses when we doing stuff, when we saying stuff, when we going places? Is it a good look for them? It's probably not a good look for you, but it's definitely not a good look for them or us. It's not. But do we think about that? Most times we don't. Moving on. Okay. He says life is cold and unpredictable. Everyday stress can wear you down. Relationships can sometimes be hard and go through seasons of winter instead of those warm days of spring. It's your responsibility above every other person on the face of the earth to step in and tenderly touch, caress, and warm the heart of your spouse. It is for when that man is having the worst day of his life. It probably ain't the worst day, but he think it is. When he is having the worst day of his life, girl, you better warm up them hands, warm them up, and engulf him in the biggest hug you know how to give. I mean, you may even have to put it out there a little bit because that's his love language. I don't know. But when my spouse is at their lowest of their low, it's for me to then come in and nurture. It's then for me to come in and to give a safe place. I tell people all the time, if you look at a man's chest, it should be relatively flat, right? A man's chest should be relatively flat. That's what most of them look like. A woman's chest, on the other hand, is not. We have fluffy stuff, right? We got twins. But that is by God's design. When you have a baby that needs tender care, the mom puts the baby on her breast. That's what she does. She rocks the baby. This is a safe place to land. You need to be able to give your husband a safe place to land, just like he can give you a solid foundation from which to stand on. He got your back. You don't have to worry about anybody behind you. That man got your back. He is solid. Nobody's coming through him. And if he have to put you behind him, he got you. Nobody's coming through him to get to his woman. But that's when it's the worst of the worst. We come in and we say, hey, I love you. I'm loving you through all of this. I'm going to love you no matter what. I'm going to love you all the time. I'm going to give you the best that I have. because I honor you, I cherish you, I love you, I revere you. Come on, girl. Right? Maybe not. I don't know. I think that loving, I can't wait to be married because I want to give my husband all of this. But Shakima, how you know you're gonna do? I've been teaching this for 5 years, pouring into your marriage, and you absolutely think that I'm not gonna pour into mine? Oh, I gotta live the example for real. I gotta show you what it looks like. I can tell you all I want to, but it's nothing like seeing the visible manifestation of what these words are. That's what people are looking at when they want to look at your marriage. How much are we investing? What I've been seeing lately, now I don't do yoga. I mean, that's up to you. If you want to downward face the dog, I upward face the sun, honey. But listen, I've been seeing couples yoga, and these people are in this thing, honey. They are communicating, they are connecting, they are face to face, they got legs up in the air, honey, people stretching and all. We need to be together. You understand what I'm saying? Let's just be together as much as we can, as best as we can. Because when we're together, we're not apart. I feel your heartbeat. You feel my heartbeat. I feel your pain. You feel my pain. You may not be able to change it, but you are there to feel it. You are there to even let me express it if I need to, because you feel it for me. When he has a high at work, he got a promotion, everybody celebrate. Hey, now, how are you? When things are going wrong at work, you feel it, right? We're there together. So whatever he's experiencing, because I'm a part of him, I'm experiencing. And I can't wait for that. I'm child, let me tell you something. I can't wait for the Lord to do his big one over here. Okay, we'll move on. Okay. Let me see. Okay. This is what he says at the bottom. This is it. I can't beat on this anymore. He says, when you look at your mate, you're looking at a part of you. Treat her well, speak highly of him, nourish and cherish the love of your life. Ask yourself, am I nourishing and cherishing the love of my life? Are they even the love of my life? Because that's a question you have to ask. Not everybody looks at their spouse as the love of their life. They look at their spouse as the love of today. Or I'm looking at my spouse as the love of this year, because next year I might want to love somebody else. Right? And you have to determine if that person is the love of your life, or if they're the love of this season. Right? Because not everybody is going to go through everything with you like this person. This person been with you through the thick, the thin, the good, the bad, and all that. And now you want to get rid of them because the newer model, she just looks better. Hey, I'm telling you, it's too much products out here for people to stay ugly. People is buying hair, they buying booze, they buying makeup. Honey, we can cute ourselves up. If I'm not dressing the part you want me to dress, just give me your card. I can fix this up. No, but she come already made. You forgot them eyelashes ain't hers, the nails ain't hers, and you about to get the nails done every other week. That hair ain't hers, and you about to. I didn't cost you that much. This new stuff you got over here, she costing you a lot. But hey, we get what we pay for, right? I'm a real woman. I'm for you. I'm a ride or die chick, period. I'm not gonna let you run over me, and I'm not gonna run over you. But I'm not gonna disrespect you either. That's not me. That's not what I'm out here to do. I'm out here to support. I'm out here to love. And I want to absolutely adore my spouse. Absolutely. And I hope he adores me. I want to love him to the greatest degree that love can be loved. That's me. That may not be everybody, but that's what I want to do. And so, you know, right? I'm going to do what I need to do for my spouse. All right, here's your dare. Here's my dare for tomorrow. So day 11, which is tomorrow. How can you warm the heart of your spouse today? Look for opportunities to bring warmth to the coldness in his or her life. If possible, give them an unexpected tender touch. Choose a gesture that says, I cherish you, and do this with sincerity and insincerity. So tomorrow's dare is you're going to do something to warm the heart of your spouse. Look for an opportunity to bring warmth into the coldness in his or her life. If possible, give them an unexpected tender touch. Choose a gesture that says, I cherish you. There is something to be said about human touch, right? I want to give you this quote from Nadine. She's one of the ladies that went through the dare. She said, some dares seem almost impossible at first, but the reward has been so much greater than the risk and the setbacks. So I know some of these are very challenging for some of y'all. I know that not getting reciprocated to is a challenge. I get that. But remember, this is towards your spouse. It's We're hopeful that their hearts are changed, but your heart should be changing every day. Every single day you do something different towards your spouse, your heart should be changing. Well, I want them to change. Well, they will eventually. You just keep going. You just keep changing. You just keep reaching. Well, Shakima, I don't really have much more. You only doing 40 days. I mean, if 40 days ain't enough, I mean, after 40 days, if they still ain't trying to straighten up and fly right, make a decision, right? It's just a decision. But can you give it 40 days? Well, that's a long time. Yeah, so it's forever. And that's how long I want to be with my spouse, for forever. Until the Lord, I want us to go together. Why? We shouldn't be apart. Let's just stay here forever and then go together, right? But I want to do my due diligence. And remember what I said, some of you have spouses and some of us don't. And some of us would give anything to be in your place. But that's not where we are right now. So we're going to do our due diligence, right? You're going to do your due diligence to find a time, something that you can do for your spouse. And there is something about human touch. Human touch can change things. There's this new ladies. Okay, so y'all need to get on TikTok Shop, because I saw them on TikTok Shop. These low back dresses, right? It's like the spaghetti straps with the low back. You can make it high if you want to, but they've been showing the low back. And I saw this man today, and he's had his hands all up in this dress, honey, just rubbing on his wife. Listen, men are very visual. Give them something to look at. Give them something to look at, baby. You home, y'all together, it's fine. Ain't nobody there but y'all. Walk up behind him and just touch him. He's sitting down on a chair. Just walk up behind him and put your arm around him. You don't have to do anything else. That's going to drive that man crazy. For like, oh, a minute, what's going on here? Okay, listen. Start touching each other again. Keep that connection. That's what keep that connection going. It's important for us to do that towards our spouses. Well, he don't never touch me. Touch him. Touch him. I mean, what you waiting on? Initiate. It's fine. We in 2026. You can touch your own man. Don't touch anybody else's man. You can touch yours. All right, y'all. That's it. Please do a study on the power of touch. I mean, listen. Okay, girl, I'm gonna give y'all something, right? Get you some, what is that, shea butter? Y'all like shea butter? I don't know. I don't use shea butter, but maybe y'all do. A little olive oil, a little coconut oil. Coconut oil, get the hard press so that it melts in your hand, right? Rub it on and just massage your man. Just give him a massage, girl. Just all up in this neck area where it's like tense. Just rub all the tension out. Yes. It's okay. That's your husband. Now, I'm not talking about your boyfriend, okay? Your husband. You get out the shower, just oil him up. It's fine. The power of touch. Girl, it'll do something for you. It'll do something for him, too. But this is me serving my spouse, right? There's nothing wrong with you serving your spouse. Okay. There it is, y'all. All right. Thank y'all so much for joining me. I'm excited about this study. We're 11 days in, right? We only have 29 more to go. We got this. We can do this. And I do pray that at the end of these 40 days that something is different about your marriage. Maybe it's not different about your marriage, but maybe it's different about you. Something is different about you. You get to determine how far you want to take this thing. I'm going to take you through 40 days. You can start over. You can say, hey, babe, let's do this together to see who can outdo one another. Y'all, okay, I know day 32 is going to be a big day for us, but I do want to tell you guys, please start looking in the TikTok shop. There are so many couples games. There's so many question and answer things. I saw one that looked like Jenga. Child, there's all kind. We are so disconnected from our spouses. We are so disconnected. We are passing each other in the night. We got so much going on. And if you keep that going, eventually you will never come back by. You'll just pass each other and that'll be it. You'll just keep going. You'll never come back by. See what you can invest in. You should have a very big tool chest of lots of things that are for you and your spouse to connect. That's just for me and my spouse. I'm not talking about other people. Me and you to connect. There's deep questions. Some of y'all know nothing about your spouse because you just got married so you could do the do. But you know nothing. I want to know the most inner thoughts you have. I want to know your deepest desires, your heart's dream. Tell me that. And women, you got to understand that we need to be here to help facilitate those dreams. I know we out here trying to get our bag. I get that. But what does this man have going on that you can help him with? Remember, God made you as the help me, right? I think about that often when I think about who the Lord has for me. If there's nothing I can help you do, I'm not the right person for you. And that's just how it is. That's hard. That's hard to hear because you want this to work out. But if I don't have anything I can offer you or anything I can help you with, you won't choose me. And I get it. I understand. I totally understand. Anywho, there it is, you guys. I've talked way too long. You have homework. Day 11. Get your dare. I'm going to try to see if I can find each day and I'll just post it, right? I'll try to post it if I can. Do the dares. I love you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. Like the video, share, subscribe, do all of the things. Follow. And we'll see you back here tomorrow night. Thank y'all so much for stopping by. Bye, y'all. Bye, everybody. Thank y'all for stopping by. Okay.